Game of Thrones facts the same with the medieval period. Feudal system. Both Game of Thrones and medieval Europe operated under a feudal system, where land was granted in exchange for loyalty and service. Knights. Knights in Game of Thrones resemble medieval knights who were skilled warriors, sworn to protect their lords. Castles. The castles in Game of Thrones mirror the fortified structures of medieval times, serving as seats of power and defense. Noble houses. Like noble houses in the show, medieval Europe had powerful families with extensive lands and influence. Intrigue and betrayal. Political intrigue, alliances, and betrayals depicted in the show reflect the complexities of medieval politics. Religion. The faith of the Seven in Game of Thrones is akin to the role of Christianity in medieval Europe, influencing morals and politics. Warfare. Battles and warfare in the show draw parallels to medieval military tactics, including cavalry charges and siege warfare. Cultural exchange. Both eras saw cultural exchange and conflict between different regions and kingdoms. Epidemics. The threat of diseases in Game of Thrones, like grayscale, reflects the impact of epidemics in medieval Europe. Peasant life. Life for peasants in Game of Thrones reflects the hardships faced by medieval serfs, tied to the land they worked. Tournaments. Tournaments in the show resemble medieval jousts and contests, showcasing martial skill and chivalry. Courtly love. Concepts of courtly love in Game of Thrones echo medieval ideals of romantic and chivalric love. Feasts and banquets. The lavish feasts in the show mirror medieval banquets, where food and drink were used to display wealth and power. Heirs and succession. Succession crises in Game of Thrones reflect the importance and challenges of inheritance in medieval dynasties. Councils and advisors. Small councils in the show resemble medieval royal councils, advising rulers on governance. Trade and commerce. Economic activities in Game of Thrones mirror medieval trade routes and commercial centers. Education and learning. The maester's role in the show resembles medieval scholars and clergy who preserve knowledge and learning. Women's roles. Women's roles in Game of Thrones reflect both medieval limitations and occasional opportunities for power and influence. Trial by combat. The practice of trial by combat in the show has parallels in medieval judicial duels and trials. Prophecy and omens. Beliefs in prophecies and signs in Game of Thrones mirror medieval superstitions and religious interpretations. Thanks for watching. Follow or subscribe to the channel